Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to it. This is Bodega Corner, your one-stop convenience show for all your informative goods. And I am Buxy Gemini, the Jiggy Lasky Gen from the West Side. And today, I'm not alone, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined by a superstar in his own right. Oh, one of South Africa's gems. I'm with Touchline Truth. My dog, thank you so much for coming through, dog. I really appreciate it, bro.
We're inside, bro.
How you doing today?
Nandi, chilled.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little late, but we're here.
Yeah. No, it's fine, bro. It's fine. I mean, we were supposed to do this a while ago. I got sick, which sucks. And then when I was free, you weren't free, you know. So I'm just very grateful for you being here, you being in the space, you actually taking time out to be on the platform. And I know it's gonna be an amazing conversation, bro. It's gonna be an amazing conversation.
Most definitely.
So just to get you up to speed, you guys at home know exactly what's gonna happen with the first segment of the show. This is the icebreaker. Usually we take shots with some of the guests that drink, but because Touchline doesn't drink, we have had to make a very disgusting concoction. Alright, there's egg, there's milk, there's paprika, there's plain yogurt. What else is there? Lemon juice.
I proper deal with things, bro.
This is what we have to do on Bodega Corner, guys. So, as you guys know, we're going to have the quizmaster behind the camera asking us the questions, right? It's going to be Q&As, general knowledge, and some riddles. I have no clue as to what's going on right now. I don't know any of the questions. If you know the answer to the question, you're going to put up your hand, you're going to answer it. If you get it right, I drink. If you get it wrong, you drink. If I get it right, you drink. If I get it wrong, I drink.
Yeah.
And if we both get it wrong, we both drink.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's a lot, bro.
Alright? So are you ready, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you sure?
Sure.
Alright. This, by the way, sometimes like mad competitive. We're talking like shit behind the camera. So, let's get it. Quizmaster. Let's get it.
Okay. Which month of the year has 28 days in it?
February. Oh.
Bucks?
February.
No.
What?
Yeah?
Every month of the year.
Yes.
Yes!
Let's go.
Who came up with these questions?
Let's
Drink.
go,
Drink.
Mama.
Doesn't smell, which is a good thing.
This tastes great, by the way.
Oh my god, okay.
It's right here.
I don't know, you guys are laughing, yo.
But it's not racist, a marathon. Give me the legs.
What's always found on the ground but never gets dirty?
Please say that again.
What's always found
Yeah.
on the ground but it never gets dirty? Are you both drinking?
Yeah, we both doping, yeah. Yeah, we both doping. Yeah, we drinking, both of
Give me
us.
5 seconds.
Dog, it's okay. You don't have the answer. It's fine, boy. Just drink, boy. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sand.
No.
Because sand doesn't
That's a
get
very
dirty.
good answer.
It's a good answer.
That's a very good answer.
I might
But-
give it to you, but it's not the
No,
one.
You can't give it to him. His 5 seconds was up. You can't give it to him.
A shadow.
No. Yazzie.
I'm going to tell you, you're chatting
Drink.
by.
Drink.
Let's go, dog.
Okay,
Let's
y'all.
go. Let's go. Cheers.
Dude, the smell just says no. Yes, that's
Oh.
fine.
Oh, no, that plain yogurt eats you, yeah, nah?
Oh.
And then you feel like the egg and the milk. That paprika, you can't even taste it.
What number do the 4 angles inside a rectangle add up to?
What number do
The 4 angles in
Yeah.
a rectangle, what number do they add up to?
What number do they add up to?
So,
What does that mean?
so the hypotenuse
Ah.
and the equilibrium of.
4.
No.
What's going on?
No.
Also, you're wrong, by the way, so you need to drink. Just so you know.
I know
'Cause you
he
answered.
was thinking.
No, but you answered though. You answered.
Listen,
Okay.
what number do the 4 angles, the keyword,
Yeah.
in a rectangle
Uh,
add up to?
2.
Every angle is 90 degrees. That's your clue. Touch.
What, you said 2?
Nah, I didn't say that. I
Didn't you say 2?
Nah, I didn't say
You
that.
say 2. What's your
I didn't say
answer?
that. What did you hear, dog? I didn't say that. What? That wasn't me.
What number? What?
360.
Yes.
Thank you! Whew!
What number does it add up to?
Do you know when she gave it away? When she said they're all 90 degrees.
Yes.
And then she was trying to give you a clue. Then I clocked. You looked at her, but you didn't clock what she was saying. Because she said 90. So I vibe. Yo, it felt so amazing. How's that concoction taste in your mouth, dog?
What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
I'm a word. I was always gonna get that. Short.
Yeah.
Yes!
I think I'm gonna give you guys 2 more. Simple ones.
Okay, cool.
Very simple. What do cows drink? Touch.
Water.
Oh, yeah, you go say more.
No, I wasn't. What? I wasn't. What you talking about? Why you doing me like that? What you talking about? Why would I say milk?
You gotta drink.
Let's go, Baba. Let's go.
In
You know
which
that,
country
I'm
was the
telling you
first heart transplant performed?
First heart transplant.
Touch.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yo.
Pantrailia mais na final. Ananking.
Was that the last question?
Yep.
Alright,
Dope.
ladies and gents, so this has been the first segment of the conversation. I clearly lost. Not by a lot though. I feel like I was cheated by the quizmaster, and questions were in favor of Touchline.
Yeah.
No, drink your juice, it's fine. You know, it's fine. Foul play. Anyway, we're gonna come back, get into the second segment of the conversation. This is gonna be where we get to know him on a deeper level, talk about where he's been, where he's at, where he's going, what he's about, and what else we can look for. So, this is Bodega Corner, people, your one-stop convenience show for all your informative goods. Let's take a break, we'll be right back. Yes, my people, welcome back to it. This is Bodega Corner, your one-stop convenience show for all your informative goods. And we are back with the second segment of the show. We had to catch our bearings. Well, I had to catch my bearings because I lost the first segment. Look at him, he's busy drinking his juice like nothing happened. But you know, it's okay, we carry on. This is the part of the show where we get to know the talent on a deeper level. You know, we get into conversation, we eat, and we just get to know what they're about, who they are, and we chat.
Yeah.
My dog, thank you again for coming through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into it, bro. I mean, this for me, our night has been a long time coming. You know, I really appreciate you being here and making the time to be here. But I want to take it all the way back, bro. You know, growing up in Tembisa, dog. What was your inspiration to start to go into music, bro? Especially hip hop at that.
So my uncle it's not necessarily in Tembisa. Tembisa is where I was born. I spent a few years, my first few years of my life.
Yeah.
But where I can say which were my formative years, you know, where like I started, you know, knowing life and just being aware of stuff, you know. It was in Kempton Park in Mafleti, man.
Okay.
And over there, man, you know, the foreign people started coming in now, you know. It had more Congolese, more Nigerians, more Ghanaians there, you know. And those are the guys that always used to dress, you know, like the basketball, you know what I'm saying, the basketball. And then you used to have legit stuff, bro. You're like, whoa, okay, wait.
What's going on? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Man, I started getting a liking for it then. But I was a John Cena fan, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so my first thought...
So you were into wrestling, basically?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
So my first thought of rap was like, after seeing John Cena. People don't know this. Seeing John Cena doing the whole rap thing in the ring.
Can't see me, basically.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But I remember he used to go inside like the ring and then he'd spit like bars, like six lines or something, you know? And I always thought that was so cool, you know, and I looked at him and I was like, this guy is so cool. But then, you know, obviously I'd then hear more of the music, you'd see more of the music videos there on one. You know, you'd see Kanye West, you'd see P. Diddy, you know, The Game was popping at the time. You know, Eminem was big, you know, at the time, way back then. And I just started feeling like, damn, man, this is so cool. Like, these guys make such dope music.
Yeah.
Right, I'm starting to understand them now with the things that they say, you know. And then a few years later, I was introduced to Pro Kid.
Okay.
Right, and then that's where I started doing the vernac stuff. You
Yes,
know, when
yes,
I
yes.
actually started writing,
Yeah.
you know, was when I was after hearing Pro, and I was like,
And then when did you start writing though?
like 2007.
How old were you then?
Nah, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, my bad. Okay, so Pro,
Yeah.
you started writing, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm straight for that because of Pro, you know, and I'm starting to write in vernacular because that's my influence now.
Yes.
You know, I'm listening to Pro and I want to be like him now. You know, but I would say which is the people that really made me start doing or thinking about being a rapper were like Eminem and Kanye West because they were big at the time. You know. Yeah. But this is way before Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was way younger.
So this is something that you had thought about because of what you had seen, and was it just like a thought, or was it like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do, or was it like, I'm doing something else, but this could be like secondary to.
I mean, when I started doing it, I wanted to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I was a dancer and a soccer player at the time, but when I started doing this rap thing, I saw it as something that I could really do for a living. You know? And but you're a kid, you don't really think about what's gonna happen 10 years from now.
Yeah, true.
You're just thinking, damn, I really wanna do this.
Just
thing.
rap,
yeah,
just being studio,
rap,
just drop some stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Plus at the time, you know, there was good rap competitiveness in the school. You know, there was Pretty Ugly, there was Big Star Johnson, there was Frank Casino.
What school was this?
Norton Park High.
Norton Park, okay. Yeah.
So, you know, me and Big Star, you know, we were acting in a play together, right? So he wasn't, I didn't know him as a rapper, and I don't think I was like a rapper at the time, you know? But he could sing, and we both could act, you know? And Frank Casino and Pretty were like proper rapping.
Yeah, they were inside the game.
Pretty I used to dance with at the same time. But he started rapping. I was also like kind of like becoming a rapper at the time, you know. So there was a good spirit around the whole rap thing. You feel me? And I'm just mentioning the guys that actually ended up, you know, being
like
in the mainstream. But like there were way more guys, you know. Even guys that people would say were better. You know. So yeah, man, that's how it started for me.
Don't you find that crazy though? How like in any aspect in life, right? There can be guys that are better than certain bros, but then the ones that have like the proper like associations and affiliations are the ones that actually make it into like the scene. I just find it like so crazy, bro.
It's actually more of a case of the hungriest ones are the ones that make it. That make it, you know? Because those are the ones that are gonna make sure that they're in the right spaces.
Yes.
You know? That guy on a Saturday night, he's not going to be like, I'm just going to sleep in. He's like, damn, I need to go to Sumo so I can try to see who's there. Right? They build their own connections, you know? So the hunger is actually what's the most important thing. At times, the guy who's not hungry, it does not really go far. Yeah.
So do you think that maybe like with all those guys being there and the competitiveness that you talked about, made you also want to be like, you know what, these guys can rap and they can dance and I'm a dancer too, but I want to be better than all of them?
Yeah, definitely. I've always wanted to be better than all of them. You know? I also always perceive myself as more gifted. You know? Not in a sense of which I looked at them and I thought that they weren't gifted. I just really, I could see that I felt like my thoughts were important. Do you hear what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I felt like the things that I was thinking about were special. The way I thought about things, the way I saw things, even at that young age, I felt that was very different to how everybody else saw it. And therefore it made me a different kind of artist. So I always believed that I would stand out. Let me not say I would be better, but I always felt like I would stand out. You know? And I feel like I do now. Having like crafted it and worked on it for years. Understanding it, almost like the music understanding you back. And you guys have this chemistry. I sort of like found a way to create the kind of style and impact that I want to create for myself. You feel me?
Alright. So, excuse me. The support structure. Sorry. When you had coming up, did you actually have like that support from home, or was it more like listen, Touch, we don't see this thing, you know what I'm saying? We want you to get less, go do tertiary, go get a job. Was that what it was, or was it, okay, you know what, we see you, we see what you can do, and we want to support you going forward? Like how was it for you coming up? Because there are certain bros that didn't have support structures and certain bros that did, so I just want to know like how was it for you?
never ever had the support structure, bro.
Okay.
You know, never got the support from, I'd say especially my mother, you know, because we used to fight a lot about this whole thing, you know. The biggest fight I've ever had with my mom was because I was coming from studio and she was like fed up with this whole thing. It was a big fight, man, you know.
How long was this? I'm sorry to cut you off, dog, because like I can resonate to that, but like how, and I'll get into my part of it. How long was that after, like when your mom got to a point she was just like, you know what, hi, this kid, I'm tired now?
She never got tired. I started popping.
Yeah.
You know, I started finding ways to convince them, you know. You know, it doesn't take a lot, bro. They just gotta see you on TV a few times, hear you on radio, and start feeling like, okay, cool, there's something that might happen here. But it's not until like the money comes in where you feel like, okay, this is a career.
Sure.
You know, this is actually a thing that this guy can do.
Yes.
You know, and that took a very, very long time, you know. It took ages, man. But yeah, I'm fit too. I mean, my father was always like, he's always been like motivational, so he would never ever discourage you from doing anything,
from chasing your dreams.
But you know, things were rough at home, so I could see when the pressure was coming from the mother. You know, he felt the pressure. You know, he felt the need to tell me, yo, you gotta go do it. You gotta go do something else. You can't be doing this thing.
Are you the only kid at home?
Nah, it's 3 of us.
It's 3 of you. Are you the oldest?
I'm the second oldest. I'm in the middle.
So you're
the middle child.
Hey, the middle child always gets the slack of it, though.
Trust me, dog.
Like, the middle child always gets the slack of it. Like, you know, the firstborn can get away with things, and the last, especially the last born.
Why aren't you having wings, bro?
Dog, I'm of course. I'm busy smoking, we chatting, bro. I'm inside the conversation, bro. I'm gonna get inside, dog. But also the thing, it's still here, dog. All night, you know. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Yeah, no. Do you know what? Sorry. Why I was asking is because I went through a similar thing with my mom. Also, dog, I've been kicked out the crib 4 times. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I've been kicked out the crib 4 times because I wanted to chase. First, I was playing ball at some point. So luckily I got to a point where I played semi-pro. So in high school, it was either going to varsity or taking a gap year, working, holding my own, right? And then going overseas. Luckily, my mom's cousin married a German guy and whatever. So they were like, no, if you have the funds to get your own ticket, pull up, and then we'll sort you out with accommodation and whatever, right? That was the first issue, number 1.
Getting your money.
No. Going for DSK, not going to Scala. Because also my thing is also, I grew up in a single parent household, right? So I was like, I don't know what I want to study. I don't want to waste time. So let me take my gap year. Let me push this thing. Let me get my money because I'm pushing this thing. Like I've got a proper opportunity to go and play, right? And it's not like I was just like, alright, mom, I'm gonna go. No, I was playing in SA as well. I was playing semi-pro. I was playing for Monash. I was playing for Vets. I was doing quite a few things. You know what I'm saying? And then at some point it just like didn't work out. And I was like, okay, let me try entertainment. She was like, nah, boy, what is this thing? What are you talking about? She doesn't even, she sees presenting as journalism, right? Which in some way it is, but she's thinking news, ENCA, you know, hi, how's the weather today? Like that kind of vibe. I'm like, it's not like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like a back and forth for like the longest time, bro, you know? I was caught in between pleasing my mom and chasing what I want to do. Again, I know the situation at home, but also I'm like, me working a 9 to 5 could probably not help the situation at home.
Yeah.
And especially not, I didn't want to waste money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That wasn't even there, you know? So, yeah, so that happened. I kicked out a couple times, dog. It is what it is, dog. It is. Yeah. But like we're cool now, you know? She saw me doing a couple things. I've worked with some brands, been on TV, whatever, at some point in time. And then she calmed down, you know? She was just like, okay, as long as you're pushing, you know? You're pushing. But bring it back to you. Bring it back to you, dog. You said you didn't have the support. Your timeout also started putting pressure on you now, you know. How did that make you feel from knowing, not saying that he didn't have your back, but necessarily he had you, but then now because your old lady's like, yo, we're touching these two, you know, push it. How did that make you feel?
So I think it just made me feel the way any other kid would feel, you know, when it came to parents not seeing your vision or not seeing what you see in your head, you know, and them wanting you to go to a different direction.
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't heard, I wasn't seen. I felt like they really thought that I couldn't do it. And I felt so misunderstood. Very misunderstood, you know. It didn't make sense to me. Like, why can't I just do what I want to do? I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking, I'm not out there robbing people. I just wanna make music. Like, why can't I be afforded the opportunity to do that?
Sure.
Why I'm only gonna be here for one time, right? So why can't I just live this life doing what I want to do?
Yeah.
And I never understood, you know. So I felt really, I didn't feel like I was understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where was the turning point in that though? Like, for them to be like, you know what, let's give him his chance, let's give him his space. Like, where was the turning point? Like, what happened for them to be like, you know what, here's a gap?
I'd say, yeah, like they see you on TV, see you on radio, and also I had moved, you know, from home to go live at a certain record label, and I think, you know, I was, even though things were hard there, being away from home also gave me an opportunity to pursue what I wanted to pursue, you know, because being home is the most.
Yeah, you're restricted. Yeah,
you know?
you're restricted.
Can't even do what you want to do.
Yeah,
so,
they use the low things against you. You can't use the car. We don't want to give you money.
I'm telling you,
bro. We don't want to buy you clothes. Nothing.
I'm telling you, bro. If the dishes aren't washed, it's because you rap.
That's crazy, bro.
That's how crazy it is.
That's actually crazy.
You know?
I'm sorry. It's not funny, but like it's funny. It's like I'm sorry.
It was crazy, dog.
Yeah.
You know, you just felt like you felt suffocated the whole time.
Yeah. So moving forward, dog, this record label that you're talking about now, is that where did you record 18 Flow there, or was that did you leave them, or like where and when did you record 18 Flow?
Yeah, some of 18 Flow was recorded there, and some of it was recorded already before.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So that's where everything happened, you know. Even 18 Flow itself was like some sort of like a rebellious move, because we put the project together, and when we pitched it, like, yo, this is what we want to release, nobody was trying to hear it, you know, because at the time there were like other bigger acts, you know.
Yeah.
And nobody really, you know.
What, they don't want to hear anything conscious, or
No, not that. They like just like, why are we gonna put our focus on you? We've got this guy. His song is already moving. It was a big song at the time.
Yeah.
Rest, we're putting everything into this thing.
Sure.
But I'm like, yeah, but like, what does that have to do with me? Because that guy's not even doing the same genre. So like, I'm trying to drop my own project, you know. And they just like turned a blind eye. So we dropped it anyway. And I think our lives changed from there on.
Yeah, no, I mean, 18 Flow is crazy, bro. It's mad deep though, online. It's crazy. Like, one of the songs on there, 5 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's deep, dog. Like, damn. It's what gave you the inspiration to write that song?
Seeing life and how it is, seeing my family, my life the way it is, seeing other families, other kids.
So that's your experience and the
yeah. You know, everything that I knew about life was basically what I put into 5 grand.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it wasn't even a hard song to write, because it was real. You know, it was real. Yeah.
You mentioned something that actually stood out to me right now. You said you recorded some of the 18 Flow at the record label that you were staying at, and some of it was already recorded before. What happened with that record label? Did you carry on and do 19 Flow with them, or like was it just like, alright, we're finishing here and then I'm moving and I'm gonna just do my own thing?
I dropped 18 Flow and I was already like, I was out, you know, because I think at that moment it was clear to me that, you know, they weren't messing with me like that, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just left. I did 19 Flow by myself, soon 2 by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much been doing everything
independently
basically ever since then.
That's a big load to carry. I won't lie to you. Like, how long did it actually take you to record and finish 19 Flow? I'm taking it step by step. Because I'm trying to just
Yeah, 90
understand.
Flow was like probably the whole of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, except for Nyagaza. Nyagaza was done like the year before that, 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nyagaza and Procedure were recorded like a few days apart.
Yes.
But they were dropped a year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why?
You know? Timing. It's like, you know,
Okay.
when's the right time to do it? You
Yes.
know? Even on
Yes.
Soon 2, there's like songs from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? And even now, I mean, I'm about to drop songs from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
Just
crazy, bro. That's
yeah,
how
because
much work you have.
because the thing about life, it doesn't really change that much.
Yeah.
So things remain relevant, especially when you're speaking on issues. South Africa is not a country that changes rapidly.
Yeah.
A lot of things that were happening 5 years ago are still happening now.
Yes.
So it's always going to be relevant, you know, because change is very hard to come by where we from. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I never ever rush a release. You know, yeah, I just wait for the right time.
Yeah.
For myself. Yeah.
Alright. Dog, firstly, also, congrats on 3 million streams for Soon 2. That's crazy. That's a crazy number. 3 million streams independently on Spotify, right?
No. It's
All together.
So it's Spotify, Apple, and YouTube put together.
Dog, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually so crazy. You didn't pay a PR company, a marketing company for that. It was just you
None
just
of that.
pushing it.
None of that. It's probably like a few thousands away from hitting 1 million on Spotify alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we did the whole thing ourselves. Power of a fan base, you know, people that are like tuned into the work. Yeah, I think that's what's been happening.
I think it also goes back to people also relating with what you put out. As you said, like what happened 5 years ago is still happening now.
Yeah.
Like whether it's social issues or like relationship issues or whatever it is, you know, there's certain people that can still go back and listen to what you've gone through or what you've sent or what you recorded. For example, $5 grand. Somebody that just got out of varsity now, but an internship only wants to give them $5K.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get into actions over captions. What inspired that? What inspired that?
So actions over captions was more a case of we opening the year. It's like sort of like my state of the nation type of
Address.
Yeah, like we saying how the year is looking.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why the opening line is Gulo Nyaga Baba's Nwenyumut, you know? And it's a statement to say, you know, in this period that we're in right now, everybody has to get their own, right? And everybody has to fight for what they believe in, and let nobody slow you down. You know, let nobody get in between you and the goals and objectives, you know, that you've set for yourself. That's what actions over captions is, bro.
Yeah.
And it's about doing more, talking less, and owning your greatness. You know, that's just how I feel. You know, even the way I come in on that beat, I just feel there's a sense of like conviction. You know, I knew what it meant. You know, I knew what it meant when I was approaching the mic. I knew what I'm talking about. I knew what I was feeling. And I want a lot of people to feel what I'm feeling. You know, so it's an important song. I think you know people really gravitated towards it. They've accepted it. They love it. So
Yeah.
pretty
Have
cool.
you always wanted to like drop like very like I want to say conscious and music that also speaks to the soul, or was there a point in time where you're like, you know what, I can do the trap thing, or I can do this, you know, I can do the conscious thing? Like, what made you decide to drop the music that you drop?
I mean, when I started rapping, you know, I always felt like my competitive advantage was going to be my point of view, right? So my perspective. People think that they mess with me for the raps. They actually mess with me for my perspective. You know, the way I view things and the way I paint things is what people actually buy. They don't buy the crazy metaphors. They don't buy the flows. They don't buy the tone. They buy the ability to be able to say something to people that they truly resonate with. because it's a shared perspective. It's like I've always thought that, I just didn't know how to put it into words.
Yeah.
That's what they buy. The fact that I'm the person that puts it into words for them. You know what I'm saying? So even years ago when I started doing the rap thing, like I said, I always felt like my competitive advantage was going to be the fact that I can really zone in on my perspective and actually put it on pen and paper, you know? And I've always wanted to do that. So with songs like 5 Grand, you know, songs like, I don't know, I Always Have Me, there's so many songs that, you know, As African Christmas, Too Loud, you know? It's me zoning into the things that are really happening, you know? In my life, in people's lives, and being able to document those. I've always wanted to do it. Obviously, I do a lot of songs where I speak about many things, you know, women, having fun, you know, partying, but there's always that side of things where I feel like, oh well, I need to say what I want to say, and how I'm feeling right now is like this. And you know, for me to go to a club and then come back and write a very introspective song, it's not something that probably would happen. I'd probably come back and do an Amasi and I'm paid, you know what I'm saying? But on some nights, you know, in my darkest hours, I'll be writing something else. You know, so it's always honest. The music is always honest. It's not forced. Not trying to force being conscious. It's just I'm there in that moment.
How do you get into that moment though, bro? Because you know, other bros obviously they drinking, they smoking. You know what I'm saying? They getting to another level for them to just. This is how I need to get to it. For you, is it like you get to the stool and you're just like, okay, this happened today. So I'm gonna be in this emotion. And then I'm gonna have my notebook, and then whatever comes out comes out. Is that like how it is for you, bro?
Yeah, I mean, remember I'm always sober, so my perspective never leaves me. You know what I'm saying? So I see things. My eyes. I don't want to say my eyes are open because that sounds like a person that thinks he's smarter than everybody. But like, I'm always aware of like what's happening around me. And because I don't get to have an escape, you know, I don't get to drink my problems away. My perspective never leaves me. The things that happen in my life, they don't leave me. You know, they have a better chance of like my demons have a better chance of leaving me after I've written about them. I can't drink them away.
So that's your therapy, right?
That is. You know, that's my escape. You know, so fortunately for me, that's something that helps me out a lot. It's like, you know, if I go through a difficult moment, writing about it is so important for me because now it's not even about the fans or people that will listen to the music. It's all about my own healing. You know what I'm saying? That's how I treat it, and that's how the music always comes out so honest.
I want to move to the features that you've had, dog. You had features with Stogie T, KO, Dumitlali, just to name a few. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if you remember, bro. I met you, the KFC ad you're talking about, on your song with Stogie. You remember?
Yes. You pulled up with some other crew then. Your boy, what?
My big Jose.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to you.
Yes.
And he was just like, yo, he's like, hey, Dawid's boy is nice. I said, who's those bro now?
Were you playing soccer with him?
Sort of, kind of, not really. I wouldn't say yeah.
I haven't seen that guy in a long time.
It's just low key.
He's out here.
Business. Yeah.
Shout out.
That's actually where I met Touch, actually.
Yeah.
And I was just like, because Jose's always introducing me to people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's that guy.
So I got there, he's like, boys, there's this thing happening, let's vibe. You know what I'm saying? Because like we're chilling today. We're chilling that day. Like, no, let's go. So I'm like, where are you taking me, bro? He's like, no, I'm gonna go to town. I said, town? Yo. I said, okay.
And you guys pulled up at night, yeah?
Yeah, we pulled up at night, bro. We pulled up at night. Got there, and he was just like, yo, dog, quick shop you guys recently. He's like, yo, this is, shop energy was 100 from day one. I feel dog, whatever. So I'm like, who's this bro, dog, Because I know he doesn't just introduce me to just like anybody. He's like, dog, he's nice.
Yeah.
I said, okay. I don't know him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you say so, I'll take your word for it. And then, shop, you guys did the ad, whatever. But you mentioned in the song, like, you know, you saw Stogie T on set and you were waiting for him to hear you rap. How long did it take you guys to actually get the feature? Or for you to get him to get onto a song?
Maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years after I met him, that is. Yeah, 2020, during the pandemic, that's what we did. You Found Me This Way.
Yeah.
Obviously just dropped it like a month ago.
Yes.
But yeah, during the pandemic. Funny enough, about Fun About Hot, when KO sent his verse, maybe like 6 days later, 5 days later, Stogie T sent the verse for the other song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, 2 years.
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind it?
You Found Me This Way.
Yeah.
Difficult to tell, man. I think you remember that 21 days of lockdown.
Yeah.
The first 21.
Which went into 3 months and then it turned into a year.
But remember that after the 21 days, they eased off a little bit slightly.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy the first 21 days.
Yeah.
They eased off and I was able to go to the studio. And that's when I actually went, and that was the first song I recorded.
Yeah.
So I can't really remember what inspired it, but that's just how I felt. I don't know what it was, but I felt that way.
Yeah.
And I sent him the song with the verse and the hook. And he just said his verse back.
Yeah. I want it's a banger, dog. It's a banger. I would like. To me, to be completely honest, it's kind of like. No offense. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't adapt to who I am now, or you haven't moved with me from then fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't be around me, you know? Which also I feel like is also very, I think maybe I'm getting to that point as well. I'm just very like lenient with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm just very calm. And I think, and Mahan's also said it, where you just need to be more stern by telling people, Fitz, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
You know? And this is who I am now. This was who I was before. That's why I allowed this to happen. But after that, it's just like you know? But it's an amazing tune. KO, About Fun About Hearts, going back to it. How did that happen?
Something similar, you know. I had the idea, and we had already been in studio working on a song of mine and Loki's. Yeah, so that's what we were busy with. And then, you know, at the time, I think, you know, KO had and he had an interest in getting me onto Scala World. And yeah, man, I mean, we did the feature. If you remember, there was a day where you walked into, like, we bumped into me at Mall of Africa, you remember?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and I was
yes.
with, I don't know if you saw that I was with KO and his manager.
Nah, I don't remember seeing KO.
Yeah, but we're actually, funny enough, we're actually walking together, and by the time I saw you, I think they had just like left, like they had just parted ways.
Yeah.
So we were having one of those meetings, you know, like, okay, what's the vision? What do you think you want to do? You know? Obviously it never really materialized, but the feature did. You know, and I was very grateful for that. Like, it was super fire.
Yeah. So like, do you pay for these features, bro? Is it just like based off of like relationship?
Yeah, it's pretty basically OGs feeling like, okay, cool, this is one of the guys that, you know.
Like, he's hot.
Yeah, I can give him a verse.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I think he's gonna do some shit.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, so it's never been any payment of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, now that's dope, bro. That's dope. I wanna know something though.
Yeah.
Vina, great vocalist. You had her at your unplugged session at Carlton Lounge, you know.
Yeah.
And you gave her the spotlight, you know, which for me was also like, okay, this is very interesting, you know, because usually people come there, they do their thing. Whoever's featured on the song usually doesn't come, or maybe they come, they sit in the crowd.
Yeah.
But you gave her like her moment, you know. What made you want to feature on your songs, bro?
Obviously, great voice.
Yeah.
And you know, I always prefer to work with vocalists as opposed to rappers, because vocalists will give you something that's completely different. You know, they won't give me something that I can do.
Yeah.
You know, so she's just one of those people that I thought had a great voice, have a great voice, and I've always wanted to see her shine. You know, and I remember when we did I Always Have Me. You know, the hook sounded a little different. It was like, it doesn't sound like there's a hook, but you see when there is a hook, it's so like, it's the weirdest thing ever. it didn't create the moment that we needed it to. And that wasn't because of her necessarily, but it's almost like the song needed a break. I was rapping a lot, and the song needed just for people to be able to relax a little bit, you know. So, I mean, obviously, I'm Unfaithful and Really Ungrateful, you know, which is also like it's a song I did like, you know.
Which is also a deep song as well.
It's a deep song.
Yeah, who hurt you, dog?
People hurt you. Like,
who hurt you, bro?
But that song was done like, so I did like first verse maybe like 2021, you know. Second verse I did a little more recently, you know.
Sorry, dog. Sorry to cut you off. Sorry. You said first verse to 2021. This one you just did like recently.
Yeah.
How long does the song usually take you to make? Like, does it depend on like your mood, or like can you knock out a song like now, or
it
depends on like.
It depends on this vibe. It depends on, do you want to finish it now? Do you feel like it's something that you can put away and revisit later? You know, there's a lot of songs, so there's no real rush to have them completed, and that's where you'll find, you know, when you give yourself time with a song, you can actually craft it to perfection. You'll know which elements to include, which things to remove, you know. But if you're gonna do a rush job, it's most likely just gonna be a rush job. You know, you're not gonna have it the way you really want to have it.
Yes. So right now, dog, I mean, you spoke about having songs that you recorded a verse in 2021, you recorded a song in 2020 that you dropped. How many more songs do you have in the vault, bro? Like that you haven't dropped?
It's a lot.
Give me an estimate, bro. I need an estimate.
Like incomplete songs, like songs that probably have like a verse and a hook, but don't have a second verse. I can't estimate with it. So I'm not gonna include the songs that are ready for release and that are done. I'm just gonna I'm gonna talk about the songs that are just like ideas. There's a lot, man. I don't know.
There's so many to talk about.
Yeah, I can't remember all of them. Over 50. You know?
Yeah,
it's like there's a lot of songs. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a lot of songs. Bro.
Okay, that's fine, dog. I mean, I'd like to hear them at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know, like that's why with so many songs, you want to be able to give them a life of their own. So you want to see how you can release it, because not all of them are gonna come out, and not all of them are gonna come out now.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
But like it's a lot of songs, bro.
Yeah.
Even features.
Yeah.
Songs that I'm featured on that haven't dropped.
Yeah.
A lot.
As an independent. Oof. Yo.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just reset.
Yeah.
My bad. As an independent artist, bro, what are some of the challenges that you've gone through, bro? Like, how hectic is it? You know, because I feel like there's some people that are watching now that actually don't understand how hard it is having to push yourself, the amount of time, the amount of money you need to put into it. Like how hectic is it? I don't know if you can give me like, what's the word I'm looking for? English is escaping me. Like a proper description, for lack of a better word, as to how intense it is pushing like your own craft.
It's challenging. Very challenging in terms of the finances, the financial side of things.
Yeah.
Time, you know, not really getting to be in studio as much as you want to be.
Yeah.
Because you gotta handle a lot of the admin, the business also, you know. It's very challenging, bro. It's very challenging. It can be daunting, you know, especially to your mentality, you know. Yeah, it can really mess with your mental.
Do you not have a team that helps you out though, in terms of like admin and all of that?
I had to learn to do the admin myself, you know, because I needed to see where the money is coming from. I needed to see where the money is going.
Okay.
And that's a skill that I wanted to learn, you know, for my growth, you know, so that even when I relinquish that responsibility to someone else, at least I know what that person is doing, and I know how to call them out or when to call them out and say, yo, but you know,
this is
what's happening over there. But you see, if I'm blind to it, then I'm never going to see it.
Yeah.
So I needed to learn more of the admin. I hate it, don't like it, but like, I do it because I'm doing it for the future. Like I'm building so that I can give it to somebody who can
essentially run it, at
but
some point in time.
they can't mess with it,
Yeah.
you know, because they know that the owner understands the right.
What's going on? Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Yeah.
Would you at some point want to sign an artist under you, maybe? Because I mean, we have guys that you know that are in the game that just keep going and going. They're just like, hey man, I'm doing this for myself. You know what I'm saying? And we have guys that are like, okay, no, I want to actually at some point put somebody under me. You know, is that something that you want to look into, or is it just like, I'm just gonna do it, I'm gonna put out the work, you know what I'm saying, I'll inspire people,
Yeah.
you know, or would you wanna bring up a similar kid that has a similar vision or a similar experience to what you've gone through, and you're like, hey, you know what, I'm thinking you push it and done it.
Signing is it's a totally different story. You know, having somebody under your company or whatever, that comes with a lot of responsibility. You know.
Yeah.
But in terms of putting people on, I've never been shy to do so. I do it all the time. You know, talent that maybe people aren't familiar with, put it on my songs, no problem. But actually signing a person, you know, I mean, I'm trying to find solutions for my own career.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe once I've done that, but you know, signing is not a thing that I'm thinking about, because I feel like just artists need to have the power in their own hands, you know. So supporting, helping, advising, mentoring, definitely.
Would you not also say that in some sort of way your influence to the youth is also a huge responsibility as well?
It is. It is. It's a very big responsibility, but you know, there's a difference, you know, between those two. You know, having to sign somebody and pushing them, and you literally being responsible for their dreams and for their career.
Yes.
It's a different kind of responsibility. You know, the other one is also pretty deep, and it's even more important, but at least the responsibility just falls on you to just do the right thing, you know, and not try to figure it out on someone else's behalf. You feel me? Yeah, that's the difference. But it's a very, it's a big responsibility.
Have you ever had an experience where like a fan felt like you let them down?
I think so. You know, the thing about like fans is that their perception of you is very different to like how you are.
Yeah.
Right? They take you as Tawa, the guy that said this and that said that, but they forget that you can also say this, because this is you're human. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure fans have felt like, oh man, this guy, he's let me down. You know? Haven't really experienced it as much, but I'm sure there's been a few fans that are like
So you've never had like an Eminem situation where somebody writes you a letter and it's just like, dog, you didn't respond, my DM's been sitting there, now I hate you.
No, I have.
What?
Yeah, I have. I mean, yeah. I'm going through something right now where it's just like crazy. Yeah. Look, it can get crazy. It got crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you just gotta understand what's happening in other people's heads, or understand that the way you see things is not how other people see things. And the same thing goes for fans. You know, the way they see Bucks is not how Bucks would like to be seen, or how Bucks even operates. Bucks wants to smoke heavily, but the fans like, but I worship the ground you walk on. But now you're smoking that same thing I smoke. So
yeah, I'm the worst example. Don't yes. I'm not the person to look up to.
Yeah,
please.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, you don't have a choice. You don't have that choice. That's not your choice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not your decision to make. If I'm a kid and I see something I like about you and I want to model my life after you, it's not your choice.
Yeah.
It's like this. The kid made that choice, so you don't have to say it, unfortunately.
So do you end up like reaching out to like these kids and being like, yo, dog, look, it's not like this? it's actually so, or do you just like, you read it and just like, wait,
I mean,
I can't really respond to this.
you can't respond to everything, that's a problem. So you just gotta choose, isn't those guys cut if it, because zip by, you know?
Sure.
Yeah, you got all the social media platforms on your phone.
Yeah.
You gotta be economical with like what you give your energy to.
Yeah. Going forward, where are you trying to take your music, dog? Where are you trying to take you as a brand? What is your plan?
I think I'm definitely trying to see how far I can go in terms of speaking to people, right? And saying things that matter,
Yeah.
right? How far I can take it. Do other countries relate to like the things that we go through? You know, these are things I want to find out. You know, I want to make the music and see how many people from different parts of the world actually resonate with the things that we go through. You know, and would they understand a person like me if he has to narrate the South African story?
Sure.
You know, but beyond that, I just want to obviously inspire as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Which is why the music is positive most of the time. You know, I try to leave that reinforcement. You know, that reinforcing feeling. It's reassuring.
Yeah.
You know, things aren't as they seem, and they won't be as they are right now.
Yeah.
Forever. They won't be like they won't be like that forever.
Yeah.
You know, so just being able to have an influence over the kids, the public, and a positive one. You know, changing perceptions, changing how people see things, living a life that's really positive and good to model.
Yeah.
For if you had a kid, I want you to be able to play my music and not feel like you be polluting your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need that. The world needs role models, and I'm a product of having identified my role models when I was way younger. So I think it's very necessary for kids to have role models, and I want to be one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautifully said, bro. Oh, that's, you know, if anything, in closing, I'd just like to say that I feel like you're doing a very great job. You know what I'm saying? Especially in terms of reaching out to not just here at home, but also overseas. I've seen people write to your music from the States and so forth, right? And even just at home, the energy that people give to you, the energy that the Grootmans give to you and the kids give to you, you know, that's not something to be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People resonating with you is, I want to call it a blessing, right?
Yeah.
And I want to call it a blessing because people only resonate with people that have an anointing over their lives. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. If you have a light over your life, people will be drawn to you. You've said in one of your songs where you need to make enough money for 2 artists to feed your team so that they can go back home as well, right? You are a leader in your own right? And even with that, there's an anointing that comes with it. Not just anybody's a leader. Whether if you knew it before, whether if you still know, whether if you know it now, or whether you're just like, okay, now I've got my bros, whatever. The people are looking up to you. The kids are looking up, your team is looking up to you. Even other people that you don't know in the scene are probably looking up to you.
Yeah.
Right? It's an anointing that you need to bear, and it's not something that's easy. Right? It's a gift that you have, something that you need to keep placed in the world. And what we're speaking about earlier on off camera is that there's some people that have it really easy in life, and some people that have to work tenfold, right, to get to a certain place. But there's a reason why you're on a certain path to get there. So I'm just gonna say, dog, keep doing what you're doing, keep inspiring, keep pushing. I told you at your unplugged session that, you know what, you still want to do amazing, you still want to travel, you still want to do the things you want to do. It's all about timing. That's all it is. It's legit just all about timing and how you also move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep the bros that you have in your circle. From what I've realized, they genuine bros. They for you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll come out for you because why? They believe in you, and also not just because of that, but because of the energy that you give out. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know what's gone on behind the scenes or what you guys have gone through coming up. I don't know that though, right? But going forward, keep that light, keep blessing people, keep putting people on, keep looking after your own. Yes, it's a responsibility. It's a hated responsibility. But that's the weight that a leader has to bear.
Yeah.
Alright? You're nice, I told you. You're nice, and I tell you every time. You're nice and you're nice, you got it.
Yeah.
It's all about timing, dog. Alright?
Appreciate that, bro.
Good. Alright, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bodega Corner, your one-stop convenience show for your informative goods. I am Buxy Gemini, the Jiggy Laskin Jen from the West Side, and I was joined by the one and only Touchline Truth here on today's episode. This is, however, the final episode of season 1. We need the booze. Sorry, I got like booze things too, yeah, so we need to cut that. My girlfriend's getting them right now quickly. My dog, thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate it, dog.
Appreciate you.
It was a dope conversation, dog. Thank you for making the time to come for me.
Yes, sir.
And just us chatting, us eating, us drinking that disgusting ass drink.
Yeah.
Terrible
drink.
Yeah, no, disgusting. I won't lie to you. Yeah, we can never do that again.
These are the crackers they used to advertise on Macro.
Come.
Macro, like Merry Christmas.
What's this? Booze. The ones you say boom. How'd you open this thing? Rotate where?
The other way. Yeah.
Hey,
It's somewhere.
I'm reading Fufang.
Sure.
Yong Kong. Guys, how do we do this? Rotate this way. Yeah?
Yeah. It says rotation. The other way.
Is something supposed to happen?
Now.
I forget.
Are you sure this is the right one? Why does it have steel here?
Open
Eh.
Like this?
Yeah.
And then? What? Do we push or do we just say like what's going on?
And then you're the one that moved.
I don't know how to do this.
How? Guys,
Do you open the bottom part as well?
No.
No, that's how
So-
it
And then you're gonna pull it. Like,
At the top?
Probably, yeah.
Alright. It's safe.
yes.
Dog, in ending, do you want to say anything?
Just like I hope I survive. Whatever it is.
So what, you just like push it off?
Wait, no, give me your phone.
I think so.
Do you want to push it off?
Like to pull it this way, that way.
Oh shit, okay, this is getting loose. I
Just
wanna...
hold on.
Oh, okay. I don't want casualties.
Voice all over this anyway.
Now injury at Bodega corner shoot. One, two.
Episode 10.
Okay, this is not working.
Just
It's gonna work.
pull.
I can feel it.
Oh, so it goes down. So it shoots down.
That's incredible.
Hey! Woo!
Pretend the same
Woo!
happened
Yeah, woo!
Alright, congrats on your 10th episode, bro.
Appreciate it, dog. Thank
Yeah.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the season finale of Bodega Corner. Thank you guys for tuning in, for being here the whole season. Thank you guys for supporting and watching. Yeah, man, season 2 coming. I don't know when I'm gonna drop it, but I'll tell you guys. And with that, I'm gonna package it and drop episodes every week. So yeah, this has been me signing out. Buxy Gemini, the chick license from the West Side.
People are ducking, bro.
Yeah.